Right, in this video I'm taking an existing door and I'm rehanging it in a new frame. So this is quite often the case when you're doing a refurb or an extension. You might use the existing doors, and that's exactly what I'm doing here. However, the hand of the door is different to before, which means I'm going to have to take the hinges off and flatten the leading edge off. Now the leading edge is basically where, to stop a door binding, you'll taper the hanging side. So when it shuts, it's tight on the face and it's got a little bit more clearance on the back, especially if the lining has a cup in it, so it doesn't bind and spring open or make it hard to latch. That's basically what I'm going to do here. So to explain what a leading edge is, if I pop on my square and I let it sit, that you can see that it's actually rocking. Look. That's because the edge isn't square. So what I've got to do first is square that up. So I've made my new lining slightly smaller than a standard, this is a 2'9" door, an 838mm. I've made it slightly smaller to allow for when I take that leading edge off. Then what I've got to do is take the butts out and put them onto the other side, splice in with some oak, because these are oak, exactly where there's now a gap, and swing it. And that's what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to take the hinges off. I'm going to take off the leading edge, I'm going to re-put the hinges on and splice the oak in. Alright, so let's get cracking. Because I'm going to be reusing these hinges and screws, and although they look like they're stainless, some of the screws are quite soft. Stainless is soft. Indeed, this one looks like it's been tightened up and it looks like it's been sort of stretched. So what I'm doing is literally loosening them off by hand first before I use a drill on them, and this is the way I like to tighten them as well. So I know I'm not going to ruin them, and that's that. And then we can get that butt hinge out, try and minding we don't damage the door. Probably been varnished in. Give it a little tap. Feels like it's been varnished. There we go. Right, so what's going to happen is we're going to get my simple hinge jig. Once we've taken the leading edge off, it's rocking at the moment, and we're just going to line that up with the existing, clamp it on and route it out, and then we're going to splice this section in with a nice little thin piece of oak. So I'm going to get all the hinges out and then do the leading edge followed by the routing. That's my hinges out. Now let's get rid of this leading edge. Right, there's a couple of ways of getting rid of an existing leading edge. Now, if this wasn't a door with selection molds, this is a mold that sticks out of the face that I can't take off, I'd use a rail saw, because you could run the rail, it's dead straight, set this to 90 degrees, and it's going to give you an exactly square edge. However, because I can't, I'm going to use a power plane, and I've got a squaring fence on it. So you can see that I've set a squaring fence. So when I run it on, it's going to actually square it up. So ideally, I don't want to take anything off this edge here because it will make the door a little bit smaller than I'd like it. I'm just taking it off the back. So I'll be running with the squaring fence pressed against the face like this, taking off an edge, and then taking off another one. So what I'm going to do, for my own reference, is just pop a little faint pencil mark here. So I know when I hit that, it's going to be somewhere near square. So that's what we're going to do, put some dust extraction in. This is an old plane from Festool, but it's like all Festool tools, you've got a lot of functions like easily changing the port for your dust extractor. I'm going to set it to about 1/2 millimeter and probably do 3 passes. So what it's got is a really nice flat edge now. So I'm going to give it a little tickle over, take off any high spots, which I doubt there is. This stuff is so hard, it's oak. I'm going to give it a little tickle over, see if there's any high spots. And then we can splice it. Give that a quick rub up with a bit of scratch. So that's the door flattened off, ready for me to do the splicing, which I'm going to do first. Then I can over splice it, and when I put the hinges in, I can route into the new splice and it will be perfectly fitting. So where I've flattened off the edge of the door, you can see that the hinge now looks like it was tapered. That's because it was recessed into a sort of tapered edge, if you like, on the leading edge. So before I splice that in, I'm going to set my hinge jig back over the existing, and I'm going to route it a tiny bit cleaner and a tiny bit neater. So if you look at the edge there, it's not particularly neat. So when I join it in, it will be much neater. So I'm going to clamp this on. I'm going to route through, tidy that edge up. Then I've got a piece of oak, which I'm going to cut 3 pieces to splice into those hinge positions. They only need to be thin, about 5 mil. And I need to make sure I can get 3 102 mil, so 306 mil, so call it 340. So I'm going to rip that down quickly. By hand's fine. Then, using an existing hinge, we're going to scribe these and cut these in so they fit perfectly. Score it with a knife, cut that out. And then that's one for there, and so on. Repeat that process twice more. Right, so we'll get the existing hinges routed clean and we'll put them in. I'm going to clamp my hinge jig on here, clean that out a little bit more. I'm just going to the existing hinge marks, of course. New clamps here, which I've been trialing out, and they're pretty good. And then we want to just clean this out. Repeat that on all 3. Right, that's that done. I'm going to use my jig again. I'm going to clamp it over the top there. It obviously fits exactly right. I'm going to set the router cutter flush to the MDF, and that's going to clean it back perfectly to the door. What we have is a really nice splice, simple, quick, all using the simple hinge jig. Another use for it. A little rub over with a scratch. So you can see now that we've spliced the opposite side. So now we can route the hinges in the new side of the door, the side that we need. And all we need to do is put the hinge jig directly in line with what we've done, and we'll route into that new fillet as well. And that will give us an amazing job. And then you can see that by the time this has had a little bit of wax on it, it's going to match in perfectly. So I'm going to route the hinges in. You've seen me do this loads and loads and loads of times now, but I'll just set the camera wide and you can see how quick it is. Right, that's that lot done. Just got to square the corners out with a little chisel. Okay, so the hinges are positioned. I'm going to make myself a quick story stick here using one of the lengths of doorstop that comes with the lining. It's perfect for this. And I'm just going to hold that flush with the top of the door, so in line. I'm going to mark the hinge positions. I like to mark both sides of the hinge. There we go. And then you can just put a hatch in. If you mark one side and you transfer and you put your hinge jig on the wrong side, you could be in trouble. And of course, the center and the bottom. And then I'm going to use that to transfer. Now I've been around and checked that the rest of the doors in the house have got around about a 3mm gap. So that's what I'm going to use, the same gap. So I'm going to take this story stick now, put an arrow on it so I know which is the top. There, get a 3mm packer like this. Pop it in the door and transfer it. Nice, tidy pencil marks. Don't want too many. Catch that, and away we go. Then it's a really quick job of attaching my hinge jig to the lining. Same again, like so, and round it out. So easy and quick and neat. So that's ready now for me to take the corners out with the chisel, swing the door. Let's fix that in. So this old door is now swinging the opposite way around. So before it was opening on the other side of the lining. Hinges are in, splicing's done. All I've got to do now is I'm swapping another door into the new lining next door, taking the bathroom lock off this one and putting it on that door, and putting a normal latch on this one. But yeah, that was a satisfying job, and get the door stops on as well, and that's it. So that's how I did a conversion from a door with the hinges on the other side to fit into a new frame. Made the frame, took the leading edge off, put the hinges on, spliced in those gaps that we'd had, and then hung it. So that's it. Pretty straightforward job.